Shinzo Itoshi. He's quite confused about your little habits. You know how when you're comfortable with someone, you do a bunch of weird shit? That's how you were around Shinzo. Most of the time, he just look at you and dismiss it. But when you start biting him, he's actually confused. You would just be giggling and joking around in his bed one day, and you may joke and you just sink your teeth in his shoulder. He'd jump, probably look at you like, "Why are you biting me?" And of course, you'd be embarrassed. One, because you just bite your boyfriend, and two, because you didn't even know why. I don't know. I guess I just wanted to. He just dismisses it. It's another weird habit of yours. Okay. From now on, he has no reaction to your little bites. He does find it a tiny bit adorable though. You will be passing Aizawa one day to ask him a question, and here you are next to your boyfriend, nibbling his shoulder. Aizawa just stares. But Shinzo doesn't say anything and just continue on with his question. Aizawa in his sense must be like, why are these two so fucking weird? Kirishima Eijiro. He loves it. He's probably got a bit of an horror fixation. Not in a non-safe for work way, of course, because his teeth are so sharp. So when he's not around people, he's usually showing on something. It just makes him feel better. So when you two are cuddling on his bed one day, wrapped up in a blanket, you just bite him. He flinches away from you at first, laughing. "What, babe? What's that what for?" You just giggle. I just felt like it. Is that a challenge? And he bites you back. He will try his best not to hurt you, but his skin is pretty durable, so you let him bite you as much as he wants. Sooner or later, you become the new point of his horror fixation. He likes to come up behind you and bite your shoulder or neck to scare you. He likes to feel your teeth everywhere. It scratched a particular itch in his brain. When Bakugo catches you too, he has the most judgmental face ever. What the fuck is wrong with you weirdos? Hey, shut up, explosion boy, or you're next. Midoriya Izuku. It all started when he dropped you off at your dorm one day after a date. "I'm sorry I can't spend the night. I want to get some more practice before I sleep. But I see you tomorrow." He was probably sheepishly rubbing his back of his neck. "Yeah, of course, Midoriya. I had fun today." You'd lean in to kiss its cheeks, but instead of kissing it, you'd bite it. It was just a soft nibble of his chubby cheeks in your mouth, but it was enough to make him gasp. He was gonna ask you why you did that, but you already shut the door. You two were in a pretty fresh relationship, and Izuku thought he knew everything about you. How did he somehow not know about your biting habit? Ever since then, every time you lean in to kiss his cheeks, you bite it. It makes him a little flustered. "Listen, alright, I have a question." "Yeah?" You'd ask after nuzzling against his shoulder, and he'd smile softly at the sight of you all comfortable. "You were always biting me instead of kissing my cheeks. Do girls not kiss cheeks anymore? Am I missing something?" Please, he's just so lost when it comes to a relationship. It's adorable. Zuku, you're silly. I don't know why I do it. I just do. I've done it with people I'm comfortable with since I was little. I just nibble them. So are you comfortable with me? It's like the green-haired boy would light up in realization. Duh, Zuku. If I wasn't, I wouldn't be dating you. You'd actually kiss his cheeks after that, but he politely asked you to bite it instead. Katsuki Bakugo. Yay, another thing he can bully you about. Your relationship with Bakugo is definitely not the standard romantic relationship a lot of people have. But like Izuku, Bakugo knows a lot about you. He's very perceptive and saves a lot of information in the back of his brain. So he already knew you had a little habit for biting shit. You'd bite your lip a lot. You bite your tongue so many times during your relationship that neither him or you can count the amount of time he's had to clean the bleeding. But he never knew the biting habit would reflect on him. You'd bite him when he would be cooking in the dorm kitchen. He was shirtless, so you were just placing some kisses along his back and softly sunk your teeth into his spine. He'd jump a little in shock, looking over his shoulder at you. "Hey, the fuck are you biting me for?" "Sorry, I didn't mean to." You'd answer him quickly, your smile tight. He'd glare at you, but you wouldn't say anything and go back to cooking. 10 minutes later, and you'd bite him again in the same exact spot. He would fully turn around now, lightly pushing you back. "Quit beating me, damn beaver!" Now, you just bite him to annoy him. If you two are studying together and you start nibbling his biceps to pay attention, he'd grunt so goddamn loud. "You're like a snotty-nosed kid." He would tease you, but he never pulled his body away from yours, because secretly, he finds it cute. Shoto Todoroki. Todoroki is intrigued. He always found you cute and adorable, and found everything you did cute and adorable too. But he was never expecting you to start biting him. The first time it happened was during some training. You were taking down some hero with everyone else to pass a quiz. You and Todoroki will be in an alleyway trying to form a plan together. He could feel how nervous you were and tried to calm you down, until he felt your hand grab his wrist and your teeth sink into his palm. He'd look at you blankly for a second before just staring. "You're biting me." You just nod. It continues staring. Calm me down, Todoroki. Don't judge me." No, I'm not. I wasn't expecting you to start biting me." He'd say coolly, his voice calming your nerves even more. After that, he would probably corner you in his dorm to ask more about your habits. "So, you do that when you're nervous?" "Not just then." You'd inform him. "It's just a weird little habit I have. I do it to people I'm comfortable with too. If I'm having a good time, And you just shrunk down his arm. "Bite." He answers. Exactly." "I'm comfortable with you too. Does that mean that I bite you?" You laugh awkwardly at this last question. If you want to. And before you knew it, icy hot will be biting against your neck, which makes you tense and your palms sweaty. You just smirk. "I think I like biting you." Denki Kaminari. His crush on you will go up the roof if you start biting him. I don't make the rules. You two have a cute weird friendship and do a bunch of weird shit together anyway. So he does not question your biting. You two were probably playing fighting one day, and when he had you pinned, you'd stretch your out over it and bite his wrist. "Oh!" He laughed at you, snatching it away to your advantage. "Did you just bite me?" "Maybe." You laugh back, continuing your play fight. Now, you bite him every time he acts up. If he makes a perverted comment about how good you look in that skirt today, you just roll your eyes, grab his hands, and bite his finger. "Ouch, damn, I'm sorry. You do look good though." You didn't bite anyone else's class 1A, so he instantly knew it was special because you saved your bite for him. He grew to become obsessed with them. He would hug you and bury his face in your neck just to feel you bite over his pulse point. Of course, that would make him blush so badly. But he knows that you're signed for informing him you're comfortable with him and appreciate his company. "Hey, what would you do if I bite you back?" Not probably." Tamaki Amajiki. Honestly, Tamaki will probably also be one to bite you when he was happy with you. It all started when you two came back to the dorm after a very successful dinner date. You were laughing and having fun the entire time, not to mention the food was amazing. If anyone saw you, they'd swear you were like glowing. You were smiling so hard and attached to Amajiki to the hip, it was so cute. He was also smiling extremely hard, his tummy erupting with butterflies every time you locked eyes with him. It wasn't until you go back to your dorm and lay down with each other when you actually just started happily biting his biceps. The bites didn't hurt. They were basically like happy chomps. Tamaki just kind of perked up. He thought it was so cute. After you did it for like a little while and called yourself did it, you started apologizing profusely. Oh my god, I'm sorry, Tama. Just made me so happy today. Guess my body didn't know how to deal with it. He'd lean in and actually kiss you, a soft blush on his cheeks. It's okay. I thought it was pretty cute. From now on, he has a new goal, making you so happy and enthusiastic, you start biting him. Mirio Togara. You two were trapped in some very dimly lit room. You heard Tamaki fighting and you had no idea where Neji was. All you knew was that the villain was stalking the holes where the room was. Your fear hit the roof, you were tired, and because of that you were very stressed about getting caught off and failing the squeeze. Needing something to take your mind off, you grabbed Mirio's hand and started nibbling on his fingers. He would look down at you in confusion, but he couldn't ask anything because the villain would definitely hear you too. After the test, expect hella question. So, you bite when you're scared, or do you think where you're thinking, or when you're stressed, or what is it? Mirio! You shout, staring at him. I only do it when I'm stressed out. It kinda calms me down. From then on, he would always offer his hand or whatever party part you want if you had a bad day. Your bites didn't hurt, they actually kinda tickled, is what he would tell you. When he tried to bite you back, you left a bruise.